Hello everyone, it's Maddie and
Madison from Sexual Art.
and we wanted to share with you these little cutie patooties that we actually made this past week. These were actually all made using a punch and then some layering and some, some inking and then just adding a little gem, but they are the cutest little flowers embellishments. So let's go over these real quick and then we'll explain how we did these, right? Right. Okay, so this one is actually a pink one. Actually, let me see if I can bring a light over, but it might create some glare. Oh, but this is peach and pink and it's got this beautiful Swarovski crystal center. Then here we have some white ones with a yellow center. We've got some blue ones, and then these we alternated the flat backs that we use. We use some teal and some blue to kind of see which ones we liked best. This one is a pink and what would you say, orangey striped paper with pink bling in the middle. This one was actually the one that was left over from, several of them, so we kind of combined them. As you can see, there's multiple colors and we put a pearl in there. These are green with a pearly flat back, which is really, really pretty. And then these are pink and green with a pink flat back in the center. Okay, so how do we get to these? Very, very simple. And again, see how many were made in no time at all. And the tool that we use, go ahead and show us, Madison.
This was.
Well, you have to show in front of the camera, baby. What did you use?
This is I use it for my hands.
That's right. This is a Tim Holtz die from Sizzix, and it looks like this. It does actually lock there for storing, but it's really cute because it's got like a tattered petal flower on there. And Madison is right. I actually asked her to do most of, if not all of the punching for all of the crafts that we usually do, because it is just really good motor hand strengthening skills for her, which helps her with pencil grip and all that. So if for those folks who need to exercise their grip or their hand, this is a really fun way of actually getting that exercise in there without having to do boring exercises and actually be able to create something really cute. So when you use these to punch these out, and I'm going to show you real quick how we made these, and I've got some in the process already of being done and some that are not. So I will go ahead and put these together and then show you some still pictures at the end, so this video doesn't run super long. But basically, the punch works like so, and it punches up pretty nice and crisp, very, very clean, right? So that was also another fun part. And these are again scraps from, if you watched our last video, we actually had started, we had made some prompts for the month of November, and these are the papers left from this one. So I'll link this below if you haven't seen all of these really pretty prompts that we had created for the month of November. I'll link that below so you guys can take a look at that. But anyway, these are the papers from that. And so here's a punch and here's the paper that we had used, and we just had some coordinating papers again from that red, black and gray kind of a motif color scheme that we went with here on this prompt. So this is how they punch out. And then all that Madison and I did is we went around and inked the edges, and on the ones that you saw earlier, because there were lighter colors, we used a brown. Yes, honey, that one. Yes, she's trying to show us. We use a brown to go around the edges to make it look more of a distressed, vintagey type of look. But since these are kind of darker colors, we are using black so that they pop out a little bit more. And again, to stay with those colors, with the black. So these will become a flower. By the way, we used 4 pieces for each of those flowers. So this will become a flower, this will become a flower, and this will be a mixed one. And then these right here are the stages of how we create those. So what did we use? Very simply, this was a piece of, I don't know, like foam, but it's kind of a thicker foam. But I'm sure you could use a mouse pad or even, just regular foam that you would get maybe in packaging. And as you can tell, we use it for punching stuff and all kinds of other craziness. So it's gotten its use, let's put it that way. And then we use our little tool. Now, this was kind of neat because it came with these, which, you know, there's 4 sizes. So you could definitely do bigger flowers, smaller flowers. You can, you know, do all kinds of cool stuff with this. And they're also really neat for working with clay as well. I've seen some people work with clays, but it also came with these right here. So these are like rubber pieces, and these are like for nail art on this side. And then it came with these also, which are great for working on polymer clay or, you know, any of those projects. And then some additional tools as well for carving and making indentations and all that. So lots of cool other toys that Madison will get to go ahead and use and play with and experiment with, and we'll see what comes out of that. But all we did was we used this one, which has got small and then the next to the smallest size, but it's not tiny as you can see. So the way we did it is we did the flowers in 4 stages. The bottom base, the first one, we left flat. The next one we curled up some. So in other words, if this is going to be our base, and I don't know, let's see, how do we want to mix and match this? Yeah, let's go with the red on the bottom. Actually, let's do red on the bottom, and then this one then, we would curl up some, just like that, just putting a little bit of pressure and stop. And so that creates this second petal. Then to do our next petal, you notice it's a little bit more curled. All we did was grab the next one, and let's use our red one. And we put pressure on it after inking it, and we put a little bit more pressure on it, and you see how it's rolling up more. But then we went through and I grabbed it, and if you notice, I'm just basically bending this way. See it? I'm pinching it and bending. So I am keeping this part still bubbled, but then these petals, I'm actually just bending the tips of them a bit. So then you get that look, more like a cup, if you will, with a rim on it. So that will be the second layer on there. And then to get that last one, which is this, we did the same thing. We went ahead and grabbed our stylus here, and we put pressure, even more pressure, being careful not to rip the paper. Once it started to curl, I grabbed it, turned it over, and gently started working it over the ball this way. Okay? And then once I had it like that, I scrunched it up some more with my hands. And once again, did the same thing with the edges. Just use my nail to pinch it and curve it back. And it is paper. If it tears, because I'm looking at this one and it's starting to tear, not a big deal, because again, remember, you're going to apply that flat back in the middle. So this will be the last layer. Okay, so there we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. And as you can see, it's starting to puff out. So then once we had that done, you know, and we had created basically this, the flat, semi-flat, a little bit more, you know, what do I want to call it? Cup version. And then the final very small version where we kind of compress the paper, and you see it here again, flat, a little bit of rolling, lots of rolling, and definitely lots of pinching with the finger on that one. And then again, the same thing here. Once we had done that, all we did was we grabbed our hot glue gun, and here's mine, and I love this one, by the way, the Shore Bonder with the you know, super small tip. It allows for a lot of details to be done. So I just went ahead and put a drop there. And let me share with you that glue sticks do make a difference. Oh, I also want to say one thing. I staggered them. So no 2 petals are pointing exactly the same direction. Okay, so you don't want to lay them one on top of the other in perfect unison. You want to go ahead and kind of stagger them a bit. Then we go with our next one. Same thing. I was going to share with you guys the hot glue thing. So I do not know what brand of glue sticks I got last or where I got these last ones, but what a stringy nightmare. I'll tell you that. This last glue stick that I've used, I have never had this many strings ever, ever, ever. So whatever pack these came from, I don't know if it was Dollar Store or Oriental Trading or where I got these glue sticks, but I would never recommend them to anyone. Unfortunately, I don't know where I got them from, so I can't even tell you what not to get. But I will say this, glue sticks do make a difference because some of them are better quality, obviously, than others. Okay, so now, as you can tell, see how puffy and texture that is? Now that we've got that, we'll do the same with those 4. Now all we need to do, and I'll use this bling, again, from that last video and that last prompt that we did, and do the exact same thing. So, and of course I don't have my my little jewel thing picker upper ready, but I'll drop it in there with my finger. We'll do it the good old-fashioned way without fancy tools. How's that? And there you go. That's what we have nails for, right? Madison's laughing at me. And that is how we make these really pretty, three-dimensional, very dimensional flowers using our paper, our punch, some ink, and a hot glue gun. And if you do not have one of these tools, which, by the way, again, this whole set with all of these we got on Amazon, and I want to say there were no more than, I don't know, $8, $9 for all of this. So not a bad deal. But if you don't, I am sure that you can get a pen or something with a rounded edge, any kind of a tool that you have laying around the house maybe. Just look through your drawers, especially in your kitchen drawers, and see if you have anything similar to this, where you could just kind of push the paper down. And that, what, honey?
Rolling pin.
Like maybe a small little tool in the kitchen, absolutely, to make some of these. And just like that, voila, you can pop out a whole bunch of these really cute flowers that you can build your stash with or even send to friends and put them in your pocket letters, your ATCs, your books, your journals, any kind of work that you're actually doing. So we hope that you have enjoyed that short video. Nothing new as far as innovative, but I did want to share with you some of those tips and how to go ahead and knock those out really easily while you're sitting there watching TV. Have the kids even help you, have your husband help you as well. Anyone can go ahead and punch these. And we got this one actually from Tuesday morning, so I want to say it was probably $4, $5, $6, so not terribly expensive either. And it's a good way to go ahead and make gazillion flowers in whatever color you would like for your projects, that will match your card or whatever it is that you're making.
Your grandparents can help too.
You want to put grandma and grandpa to work? Absolutely, put them to work because anyone and everyone can craft. So thanks for joining us in the short video. We hope you have enjoyed it. If you have any questions or feedback, please share it with us in the comments, okay? We will see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.